Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm our banner pilot, and do I have all my stuff going right? Okay, yeah. So, yeah, welcome back. So, would you all chill? I remember, I forgot I threw a bed up there, and they are going at each other now. Well, they're not fighting or anything, they're just playing. But anyway, I had a little thing with my friends trying to figure out what the next game would be, and it was a tie between Breath of the Wild and A Link to the Past. Not everybody in my group voted; it was just those four people. Two for two, so I had to flip a coin, and I figured I would just go with A Link to the Past. Well, really, what happened was it landed that way. All right, just want to make sure the volume's right. It landed on in favor of A Link to the Past. So it's like, all right, I can't really go wrong with that. Anyway, oh right, I've been through this before. Well, I haven't beaten it, but or no, I've beaten it before. I just haven't beaten it on here. I'm playing on the Switch. For those of you who don't know, if you have a membership or a Nintendo membership, you can play these games for free with your subscription. Kind of neat. I prefer the virtual console layout of the original games. Oh, I didn't let the playthrough go through. Hey, trying to do a video here. Hey, come here. Want to come play with me? Yeah, that's what I thought. Sorry, my cat found some plastic. So I didn't let the video go, or the intro cutscene go through. Uh, I'll let that go through the next time. All you need to know right now is that there is a prisoner who is talking to you named Zelda. She is the princess of this land, but the king's henchman, or the king's right hand man, quote unquote, Aghanim, uh, ended up betraying them and is taking some girls from the land, including her. But he's trying to use them to open up the seal to the Golden Land. Which, for those of you who have played Zelda, you'll know where uh, that's where the Triforce is. Sorry, I can't talk. uh, and this guy who's talking to us right now is our father. I think he's our father. He's either our father or our uncle. But anyway, he tells us to stay here. We're not going to do that. We're wide awake. His facial expression earlier didn't lay that down for you. No need to pick those up, but I always like to leave rooms not the way I kept them, or not the way they were. So right now we picked up a lantern, and sorry if I keep going diagonally. I'm actually using a Switch Joy-Con. I was gonna use an 8-bit Do controller. Sorry, but yeah, it wasn't charged, and I should have known that. I was actually gonna like just go with Breath of the Wild, but honestly, I really want to wait on that one. So yeah, and since it was a tie, I figured I didn't originally add it to the list of games to vote for them. So it's like, yeah, just go with what I want to do. Well, whatever the coin flip determined. Anyway, she's getting a little impatient. Telling us that there's a thing on the side. If you go up to these guys, they don't hurt you. They just tell you that you're not allowed in the castle. So, yeah. Right now, we don't have any swords. All we can do is pick stuff up and throw it. And sometimes it'll have an item underneath it, other times it won't. So, right now, we're just focusing on getting inside of the castle, which is conveniently right here. Talk to your uncle, who really didn't make it that far. He'll tell you that you know, you're the only hope now, and to use his sword and shield. We can poke him awake or whatever, or not. Yeah. So, this is A Link to the Past. This is originally for the Super Nintendo. Oh, those green vials there, they gave us some magic. So now we can use our lantern to light things up. But anyway, as far as the timeline goes for this game, the Zelda timeline is super confusing. I do know for a fact that this is in like the timeline, or it's in the same timeline as the Ocarina of Time stuff, which I'll talk more about that here in a minute too. It's before the big split off and alternate timelines or whatever, so it doesn't get too confusing yet. It'll get confusing when we get to other games like Twilight Princess or Majora's Mask. I want to say, well, Majora's Mask is in the same timeline as that one. It'll get weird when we get to those two, and then the original Zelda, because the original Zelda, well, we'll get to that. But for right now, I figured we'd just go ahead and do this one. Originally, I was gonna play them in order, or I was gonna play them in the order that they were released. That's a B. He will sting you. I was like, I'd need a lot of prep time for the original Zelda, so yeah. So anyway, now we're in the castle, and there's a couple soldiers that'll try to attack you. Uh, Nothing too crazy. Just throw some pots at some of these guys, and they'll go away with ease. Sorry about the dog barking in the background. Got a spoiled little mutt. And so yeah, traversing the castle isn't too hard. But then again, I've played this game a lot, so I kind of know the ins and outs of it. Again, sorry about the diagonal movement at times. It's really easy to do, especially when you're using a thumbstick. Sorry, I cannot get that in the shot for the life of me. Normally you play with a D-pad, but yeah. While I could use the Pro Controller's D-pad, I don't really feel... It doesn't feel right playing with that one. Oh man, I'm getting smoked by this guy. Oh, I need a heart. It does make a big difference when you're playing with without a D-pad. Fortunately, we can throw those guys off the edge. And it shouldn't be too much harder from here on out. So we can just skip past these guys. It's kind of like Ocarina of Time, where you're trying to get through the guards and stuff. Sorta. A little more complicated than that. That was my landlord laughing. So going here, you're gonna grab a key, I think. It's either a key or a boomerang. Oh yeah, there's a key and a boomerang. So you're gonna be using this. We can figure out the menu. And that's the map. What is the thingy? I don't know the controls. I know it's not the Y button. What the heck? Hold up. I'm somewhat confused. I don't know what the controls are for it. Oh, I know. Here we go. because it doesn't have the same amount of buttons as the Super Nintendo controller. It looks like it does, but it doesn't. Um, so yeah, you have to hold down the plus button for the pause and menu buttons. But anyway, here's our base of operations. It'll tell you what equipment you have, what type of sword you got, what kind of shield, what kind of armor you have, and what items you have for that specific dungeon. It also tells you your progress, which right now we're looking for pendants. Well, not quite yet, but after this we'll be looking for pendants, so pretty dope. Ugh, my allergies have gotten really bad. Probably that pizza I had last night. It's all that dairy. That and it got hot last night. Like, my gosh, I thought I was dying when I woke up. It was so bad. That's what I get for turning off the fan, though. So this guy is pretty dangerous. He'll do a lot of damage if he hits you. But, you know, basic premises, hit him, back up, hit him, back up, until he's dead. This is a boss key, so we're going to use this to open that up. But before we talk to her, we're going to grab these. And I'm going to leave that one. Sorry, Zelda. Priorities. Anyway, she's going to tell you that, or she's going to give you some exposition. We're not going to focus too much on exposition here. This is an older game. That, and I'm kind of in a hurry, too. I've got game night tonight, and I don't want to be too late. I've still got cleaning to do, so... Anyway, with Zelda in hand, we go ahead and we get out of here. And sneak past those guards pretty easy. Take the top route here instead of going down. It'll save you much heartache. Just jump off from there. Go swiggity swooty around him. And now we gotta make it to the throne room. There's a secret in there. So those guys with the little daggers there, they're like, they don't have shields on them, so they're easier to take on. It's the guys with the big swords. They can block your attacks, so keep that in mind. Two big guards here. They're a lot stronger than the green ones, if you haven't noticed that already. So she's telling us to move this ornamental shelf. She'll help us out. And it reveals a little pathway. Gotta be careful in here because it's really dark. There's a lot of little monsters in here. Nothing too crazy, but they can still hurt you, so... Wrong button. Sorry, kind of getting used to the controls. So in here you're going to want to light up all these torches, or not torches, light posts. Or maybe not in this one. There's some places where they'll make you light them all up in order to unlock a door or whatever. Definitely makes it easier though, because then you can see and stuff like that. These guys are ropes. Or snakes, as normal people would call them. They take 2 hits, and they're also really fast when they see you head on. They'll dart right at you. Yeah, see, they... Oh my gosh. I can't attack. I don't know what's going on with my sword. But yeah, as you can see, they can dish out the damage. And these are bats, or keys. They'll hit you pretty hard too. Man, I really gotta be careful. It's always here too. Oh, come on. Some of them won't do damage initially. It'll take them 2 hits to take a bit of your heart away. Fortunately for us, we're doing kind of alright. Gotta be careful because some of these snakes, they'll be along along the sides. So just keep that in mind, especially in here. Gonna play it a little safe here. Ah! I keep hitting the button, but it doesn't register sometimes. It's because these Joy-Cons are not very good. That's one thing I have to complain about with the Switch. Switch Joy-Cons are a joke compared to, like, GameCube controllers and just other controllers in general. And I know why they're that way. It's disheartening. Because you could be, like, you could be doing really good in a game, and the littlest thing can happen when you're using a Joy-Con. You can press the button too fast and then it doesn't register, which happens a lot with me and my friends. The Joy-Con sticks are known to wear out a lot faster, which really sucks in the heat of the moment, because they're not cheap either. That's the main complaint I have with it, is just the fact that they cost so much for them just to break like that. Whew, almost got hit by him. Kind of look around for hearts. 20 rupees, that's not too bad. By the way, since this is the first Zelda game that we're playing, or the first Zelda game we're playing on this channel, the gems that we pick up are currency. They're called rupees. Not rubies, rupees. Like the Indian currency. So they give you 2 switches here that you gotta pull out. Always pull out the one on the right. If you pull out the one on the left, it'll drop like a bunch of monsters, which you don't really want to do here. Not at our heart rate, anyway. Anyway, they'll tell us that we need the Sword of Destiny. In this game, it's the Master Sword. In the original game, it's the white or the Magic Sword. Although you don't really have to go for the Magic Sword in that one, but yeah. Oh, and she's gonna stay here with this guy. Ugh, the priest. Fun fact, I think in the Japanese version of this game, this is actually a Christian church, not a temple of the Triforce. Originally, Christianity was supposed to be the religion of the Zelda games, but they changed it because of Nintendo's policy on religion in games, or in their games anyway. Which is fine. I mean, it's not like, it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't really... religion in Zelda doesn't really get brought up too much. Unless it's like part of a quest, but honestly, that doesn't happen very often. We're gonna fall down here because I think there's some rupees we can pick up. Or something. Oh no, it's just a fairy. Whatever. We'll go into more detail on that when we get to the Great Fairy. I mean, technically that was a Great Fairy, but there's a greater fairy that we can find. So this is the land of Hyrule. All you're really doing here is just going from one place to the next. There's quests here in Hyrule, but they don't really get you much. They might get you like an extra item or something like that, but I don't think you're ever gonna find something quest specific for it. Oh, we're going the wrong way. This area does become important later on, though. We take a mushroom to that witch over there, and then they make some magic powder for us. The kid-friendly kind, not the drug stuff. um, these guys, they'll shoot arrows at you. If you're not swinging your sword, it'll bounce off your shield as long as you're facing them. And later we'll get a bigger shield, which will allow us to bounce those rocks off of us. But that's a little bit later. So we're going over here, and we're gonna end the video when we get to this spot. Oof, those statues will come up and attack you. In later games, you can't kill them with swords. You have to use bombs. Fortunately, in this game, they're a little bit easier. And I apologize again for just the how often I'm getting hit. I swear, it's not because I'm a bad player or whatever. It's just this control is... The controller I'm using is not suited for 2D games like these. Anyway, this guy's name is Sahasrara, however you pronounce that. He's the elder and descendant of the 7 wise men who sealed the golden power in the golden land, or, you know, as you'll come to know it, the Triforce in the golden land. You tell him that you're the hero that was sent out to go pick up the Master Sword, but you have to go and look for the pendants. So we're gonna pick up some hearts from this, and when we get bombs, or so you can either use bombs to blow up these, or you can get the Pegasus boots, which we'll be getting after the first dungeon here. And then you can just plow through that wall. There's actually a lot of money back there, so. But we're not going to do that this time. We're actually going to call it, so, because I've got things to do, and my allergies are going to be a bit of a headache. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Tomorrow we're going back to, what was the game? Halo. So we're getting close to finishing that one up. After Halo, I need to find another game to play with in that place. So, I don't know. I'll probably bring that up tomorrow. But for the meantime, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for more Halo. You guys have a fantastic day, night, wherever you may be. Stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, treat everybody nice and stuff, and I'll see you next time.